There's the runway. There's the windsock. We're at the airport. That's where we're gonna start off our journey. Alrighty. So right now we're at the airport. Or the kids, I believe. Alrighty. So now we are at the airport. And we gotta get back home. So I'm gonna go down this road. Okay. So after you land at Bahariterra International Airport, you are in Crater Village, Bahariterra, but you're not nowhere near downtown. You're in the middle of nowhere. Just some random spot. See, there's the runway there. They come in for a landing on their planes. And when you land in Bahariterra, they say that Bahariterra International Airport in Crater Village, Bahariterra, this is just under the administration of the city, Crater Village, Bahariterra, for sake of classification, for showing you like what city the airport's in. It's really not actually in Crater Village, it's just close to it, and there's no other cities around. Now, there's two roads you're gonna need to take, and you're gonna get on both of them multiple times. There's two roads that crisscross each other. They have multiple intersections with each other as they follow the rim of the crater of Mount PecanVista, which is a volcano. It won't erupt really big eruptions. People live in the crater. It's a dead volcano. Not dormant, what they call an extinct volcano, actually. So Crater Rim Boulevard, as the name suggests, follows the crater rim, and so does La Ibada Road. There are two roads that crisscross each other multiple times. La Ibada is in worse condition than Crater Rim Boulevard. This is La Ibada Road. Here, you see a freaking creek flows over the road. So, after a rainy day, when there's flash flood alert, you don't want to drive through this creek right here. Luckily, the ground is dry right now. Mostly. Now, we are going to go into the rainforest to go to Crater Village, Bahariterra. So we must continue down this road for a little bit, and it might be a while, so you might want to skip ahead in the video a little bit until we go into the woods. We'll just go down La Ibada Road until we get to Crater Rim Boulevard. Whoa. I heard a bang. There's about to be a lightning storm. But if you look closely, there are people at the airport. They're carrying a fake plane on the real runway. You're probably wondering, why is there remote control airplanes at the airport? It's a real airport. I don't know. But I just got off my plane. Thankfully, it wasn't made of styrofoam and it was a real one. Or else I'd be dead. Because like I said, it's about to storm. See the butterfly swallowtail, I believe it is, trying to get away from that monstrosity. So yeah, these mountains do have a rain shadow effect. One side stays dry and is a desert. The other side catches all the rain. It's always raining and it's a rainforest. The higher up you go above sea level, as true anywhere on Earth, the colder it gets when you're up higher. So the top of the mountain's covered in snow. The bottom down near sea level is in a tropical climate. Right now it is July, so there's no snow much, but we are up near the top of Mount PecanVista. And I am gonna stop recording for a minute, just so you don't have to keep skipping for nothing but walking down the trail. And we'll get to the forest soon. So when I'm gonna come off La Ibada Road, and when I turn back on the camera, we'll be on Crater Rim Boulevard. Bye. After traveling down La Ibada Road from quite some distance, trying to get out the rainforest, we're almost to Crater Rim Boulevard. Don't know if you saw the jet. Yeah, a jet just landed there at the Bahariterra International Airport. when you see the Illuminati Tower, you'll know that you have gone far, far down La Ibada Road. The airport will be far, far away. And when you see this, you know that you're almost to Crater Rim Boulevard. What? Alrighty, we have came to Crater Rim Boulevard. See? Look. Yeah. Woo! Man, the first 6 minutes of that video sucked. We're about to turn on to Crater Rim Boulevard now. Now, Crater Rim Boulevard is a little better maintained than La Ibada Road, but there, at the very end of it, close to La Ibada, it's still just as bad. As you can see here, can you even say it's a road? I don't know. But it gets better. Now look how far we've come. Past the Illuminati Tower, past that barn, is the Bahariterra International Airport. We're far from there now. Now the storm cloud's over my head, and I'm going in a rainforest. So, yeah, this is not going to be too good. But I have to do my service to tourists who want to visit Bahariterra by showing them how to go from Bahariterra International Airport to downtown Crater Village to the construction projects and then cross the border into the city of Newport Banda, Bahariterra. I tried to do it on a live stream, but it didn't work out too well because bad connection. 5G in Bahariterra is still being set up, even though they say it's island-wide, not yet. So yeah, we make a left turn up here. When you're coming down Crater Rim Boulevard, it branches right here. Where you see the blue tube, make a left turn there. If you do, forget and keep going straight, it'll just curve back onto La Ibada, and you'll notice you went in a big circle, so it's not like you'll get lost. But don't waste your time. Don't waste the 5 minutes if you're walking, or the 2 if you ride a camel, or the seconds if you take a car. You want to go this way. Now, as you head down Crater Rim Boulevard, there will be a second curve in the trail. If you kept going to the right a little, you would be on a little dirt path that takes you back to La Ibada again. It'll be just a circle. But just like the first time, when you see a blue pipe, if you make a left, ta-da! You keep going down Crater Rim Boulevard. So the first 2 turns you see, just keep doing the left. Now, the wind has really picked up. I'm hearing leaves falling off the trees, getting sprinkled. It's about to start raining here in the rainforest. Look at the trees shake. See them sway a little? The wind just slowed down some, but maybe you notice some of the branches up there are moving a little. This is a rainforest. Be prepared, you might get rained on. In Bahariterra, we was using bad Android phones and they kept getting destroyed. So everybody uses the iPhones. They're not actually waterproofed. They just can handle some water without being damaged when they're still new. Try not to get your new iPhone wet if you have one. But know that it will be better off in an Android likely. Now, as you go deeper into the rainforest, you want to come to the free bridges. And as you cross over these free bridges, the forest transforms from a temperate rainforest to a temperate dry forest, where it doesn't rain as much, but it still can. That's how the trees live. It's just closer to the desert in the part of Crater Village, Bahariterra, that is dry. Because Crater Village, Bahariterra is in a big crater, big caldera. The crater of Mount PecanVista, which is a volcano. And half of it is in the rain shadow, which is really dry. The other half gets extra rain because of the rain shadow effect. So half of Crater Village is in a desert, half is in a rainforest. There's a brief transition zone between them, which is like just a regular climate where it rains a little but not too much. You might hear the wind whooshing blowing the trees, I have some thunder rumbling. They just canceled some flights at Bahariterra International Airport, and I'm glad that mine wasn't. Now when you come to the middle bridge, I'm going backwards down the trail, or the road, Crater Rim Boulevard. So the first bridge you saw me come to was actually the third one. And the middle one here is the second. Because I'm going down the other way than when people are counting first, second, and third. So I'm going third, second, and first. Now here you can see Bigfoot Swamp is dry. It randomly dries even after a thunderstorm. Now we've gotten a little deeper into the rainforest, and we're not so close to the rainy part. This is getting closer to the dry side. But this storm is really strong, and it is actually going to make it over the mountains, where rain usually doesn't make it, to the deserted areas. So the desert's about to have a little rainy season, the super bloom. Here's a Bahariterra swamp oak. The only proof that this little tiny volcanic crater right here used to fill up with water. That and the moss on some tree trunks. There's the hanging tree. Hasn't been used since the 1700s, don't worry. Yes, you can blame extremist Christians for the hangings. But everybody has done some bad things. Every religion is responsible for some things. And it's the people who do this stuff, not the religion. I think that the Christians are very nice people in general. Just some of them in Bahariterra are really messed up because Americans, tourists, bring their politics over here. And some people side with the Bahariterrans. Some people side with the KKK people from the US. Most Americans are very nice, believe me. But there are a few bad apples who keep attacking locals here in Bahariterra. And here's a real big bend, whoosh. And there's another one up here. And we'll come to the first bridge, but it will be the third one I walk over because I'm going down the road backwards. I'm going from the airport. It's not a runway road. I say backwards because most people don't go this way. Most people coming up this road the other way. And then they take La Ibada Road. Because remember, like I said towards the beginning of the video, Crater Rim Boulevard and La Ibada Road, they both crisscross over each other a bunch of times. They're just roads that follow the rim of the crater of this volcano. And people live down in the crater, in Crater Village, Bahariterra. And at the very bottom, where all the rainwater collects as it runs downhill, is Lake PecanVista. And the lake, long, long ago, before humans settled this area, used to rise up all the way to the rim of the crater. But it kept overflowing on the south side of the volcanic crater, and it eroded a big canyon. And this allowed the lake levels in the crater to drop low enough that there's room for people to live down in the crater on the lake shore. That's how Crater Village Bahariterra and the areas around Lake PecanVista are now. This whole rainforest used to be underwater. But yeah. So this right here is the first bridge, but it's the third one I'm walking on because I'm coming down it the other way than all the people who like to make the videos about it. I was coming down it the way that most people do earlier when I tried to do this video but live stream it. My connection was so bad, I'm just back tracing now, going back, doing a video on my cell phone I can just upload, not live. And I'm moving surprisingly fast because there's a bad storm coming in. This happens to the mountainous PecanVista Mountains of Bahariterra, tropical island nation, surrounded by warm water with big huge mountains where it's really cold and snowy up top, even though it's warm down near sea level. Yeah, that will make a lot of rain when that evaporation rises up the mountainside and cools up here in the PecanVista Mountains where your boy Bahariterra Mountain Goof be from. It's not too good, not too good. The rain comes. But mashallah, we see it as a blessing from our Creator. Christians, Muslims, Jews, we all believe in the same God, the God of Abraham. Even if most people don't know that or don't want to admit it. And we all know what we're out here doing, the same thing. Thanking God for the blessing. Allahu Akbar. Now, this rain will be coming soon. However, I've come far to the other end of the forest. This is the temperate, dry forest. However, it feels kind of rainy today. because a very big, powerful storm is actually making its way deep into the rain shadow where it's usually dry. That opening right there is the desert where they're building Crater Village's dry half. Because remember, half is in the rain, half's in the dry. Ooh, the winds really just start picking up. All these trees above me are swaying, you see? These are tall trees swaying too, but not very thick, albeit. Now we were in zone 9B 10A borderline when I started near Bahariterra International Airport. And we are now in zone 8B because we have climbed up high above sea level. We're now actually on the crater rim and we're gonna get a view of Lake PecanVista, inshallah. That means if God is willing, inshallah. If it's willing, God is willing, it's not gonna rain too hard to force us to sprint home, then we should see Lake PecanVista. But always say inshallah. Or at least that's what I believe. And it's probably the correct thing. Because you can't always promise these things. It's only if God wills, right? Now, this right here is a little gate they put so that cars would go around this way. This is meant to be a place where police cars sit so they can, if they see someone speeding, they chase them. But it's also used for cars to go around. Why did they put the gate there and close this part of the road and make cars go around? So they'll slow down. Look how thin this road is in the mountains. If you're a tourist coming from America, you don't drive like the locals, you like to speed and drift, you're gonna fall off a freaking cliff. Why do you think in Bahariterra we try to hide the mountains? We make the roads take the flattest path and not go straight down hills and stuff. And they're all windy looking like that. It's because we're trying to keep you safe. We've had too many accidents and we learned from our experiments that American tourists love to drift. Now it is raining pretty bad out here. I might have to put my camera away and sprint home. But I'm still gonna try to pass Lake PecanVista for you guys before I go. But this is Crater Village, Bahariterra, where they're building a new neighborhood. I don't know if you can tell, it looks all foggy and blurry, huh? We're getting a heck of a lot of rain right now. But right now, at least, it's falling straight down. The wind hasn't picked up too bad. So I'm just putting my hand over my phone. I'm probably about to get soaked. But I gotta try and keep this phone from getting water damaged. So I might have to put my camera away. So you can see the desert is soaked out here. Not looking like a desert today. It is the rainy season. And these powerful storms coming off the warm Atlantic during the summer are making its way deep into Crater Village. And the wind is picking up. The rain is coming down heavier. Those trees on the horizon straight ahead down the power lines up there look kind of foggy. And it's not because my camera's bad or just the vision. It's all the rain in the air. It's raining heavy up there. That's coming my way. So I might have to try and redo this video. Hopefully not, but there is a lightning storm passing through the crater, the rim, the caldera of the volcano. Lake PecanVista, we're about to pass. It's only sprinkled a bit, but the water level probably rose up 2 feet already. Because all the water goes to that one lake. This whole caldera drains to it. Yeah, it's not too good, mate. Alright, the rain stopped a little and it's only sprinkling. Hopefully my camera's not getting damaged or my phone's alright. Now we're on a crater rim. That's downhill. That's downhill. We're looking down on that. I'm at eye level with the tops of those tractors. That is the crater that Crater Village is located in down there. And this is the construction, the projects, where they're building a new neighborhood. This right here is looking down the side of the mountain down towards the Atlantic. This crater right here is like a continental divide right here. It's really a big old ridge, a rim. We're on the edge of the volcanic caldera. And all the water to the left will drain to Lake PecanVista. And all the water that lands to the right of this road right here, La Ibada, will all drain down the hill. It's like we're not on Crater Rim Boulevard anymore. This rocky part is La Ibada. Somewhere a few minutes ago I turned off of it. Maybe you saw that. I was busy focusing on how wet I am and worried about my phone. I think I was talking about the phone. If you rewind it or you remember where I turned and got on this gravel road, yeah, I'm on La Ibada Road again. Just like where we started, by the airport. We're about to turn back onto Crater Rim Boulevard, but not a paved part. It's a rural part that not a lot of people use. Just a few camels and stuff. So, and we'll see Lake PecanVista. Inshallah. Hopefully the fog isn't too thick. If you look at the trees down there, they look all foggy. That's because of this darn rain. But mashallah, it's a blessing. It's gonna make the desert green. Alhamdulillah. We're about almost 30 minutes into the video, and we've done most of the trip. This video should have took an hour by now, but I'm moving quickly because of the storm. Normally I let people take in the scenery and walk at a normal speed, but I've been moving really quickly. Might not look like it. That right there, I believe it's called Redberry Canyon. That's a canyon right there. See, that's the cliff on the other side going down, down, down. Here's the cliff and it just drops down right there. There's water down there. So this is Crater Rim Boulevard again, not the rocky La Ibada. Crater Rim is usually paved or lined with palm leaves and pine needle. And there's the crater, the canyon right there. And there's a little river. I think it's called Redberry River or something like that. And it flows into Lake PecanVista. It's in the bottom of that canyon. See the river? Yep, and if you look, there's a little bay. The river flows into that bay. And that's Lake PecanVista you see for the trees. That big opening. Yup, this is the crater full of water that is Lake PecanVista, volcanic crater lake. And that's right there is the broken dock. If you look up Bahariterra RC boat race, that's where they race the remote control boats on Lake PecanVista at this little bay right here. And now we have left the dry forest and we are in a temperate rainforest again in zone 8B. And everything is soaked here because they probably had a few feet of rain before I came here. While I was at the airport saying a storm was coming, this area probably is getting soaked. And as you can see, there's a turn in the trail up here, and there's more of Lake PecanVista. It is 4 square miles in size and like nearly 1,000 feet deep. It's the largest amount of fresh water in Bahariterra, our biggest lake, and it's a national treasure. And there's a view on La Ibada Road that's the famous, you can't not recognize it. It's the famous iconic view of Lake PecanVista. If you go for YouTube videos, you look up iconic view, Lake PecanVista, Bahariterra, you'll probably be looking across the water at all the pines on the far side from the hill that